5 times. This is what I get for going away for a week. I've tried to record this video 5 times, and every single time I mess up one way or another. 2 times ago, I actually got the video fully recorded, and then I realized I forgot to record my microphone. I got a new version of Camtasia, so I thought that, okay, it just doesn't show how loud I'm speaking. No, it still has that. I'm just stupid. But either way, you know what's good, YouTube. Scott Xavier here, back again once again. And today, people, we're going to stop bitching and we're going to go ahead and look at the new Pokemon for the week, Muck. Muck is a pure poison type. Okay, calm down there. Let's call this the fuck up episode, people. Either way, he's a pure poison type that's only 2 weaknesses are ground and psychic, which means he's going to be able to eat up at least one special psychic move. With that base 100 special defense and that 105 HP, he may not be able to eat up many earthquakes, though, because he only has 75 defense. So if Muck is out against a physical attacker and you don't have a couple of curses up, you may want to switch out. Speaking of curse, we happen to have that on this set. Curse, in case you don't know, raises your attack and defense by 1, but it also happens to lower your speed by 1. Which is really unfortunate, but because he only has a base 50 speed, you're not going to be outspeeding most things as it is. But to make sure that you actually do go first, you have the Shadow Sneak, which is going to give you +1 priority, and with the Poison Touch ability, which has a 30% chance of poisoning your opponent every time you make contact with them, you have a priority move that may end up poisoning someone. That has an advantage over every single priority move ever, in my opinion, except for maybe E-Speed. But along with the Shadow Sneak, our other attacking move is Focus Punch, which you're going to be hiding behind a substitute for. That way, you can go get ahead and get that Focus Punch off without flinching. And between Focus Punch and Shadow Sneak, you're going to have perfect coverage. And Focus Punch also gets that boost from that Poison Touch. So you're going to have a base 150 power move that may poison them. That's more powerful than Gunk Shot, and it has 100% accuracy. So Power Up Punch is nice to have. The EV spread may seem a little weird to you, but with 248 in HP, you're going to get maximum substitutes off, and it's going to leave you with 1 HP at the end. You're going to go put that 252 in attack, that way you can make sure you get the most damage out on them, and then put the rest in special defense, because might as well. Because you're going to be getting the defense boost with the curse. Either way, onto our next set. Is a set that I happened to run a couple times while I was over at my brother's dog sitting. Is a Rest Talk Curse Fire Punch set. What you're going to do with this set is, it's very, very similar to the Crocoon set. You're going to set up curses, and then whenever you need to, Fire Punch. With Fire Punch has a 10% chance of burning them, but with Poison Touch also have a 30% chance of poisoning. If you don't want them to get poisoned, and I know that sounds weird, you're going to want to switch to Stench. Actually, no, you're going to want to switch to Sticky Hold, that way you can't lose your item. Because you're going to be getting that reliable recovery every other turn, and you may end up burning them, which, with your 252 in special defense and 252 in HP, it's going to be very similar to the Crocoon set. And yes, you get walled out by certain things, but so does Crocoon, and it's still fantastic Pokemon, so don't count the set out. Either way, let's go ahead and not look at a set. Let's look at some supportive moves that Muck has access to, if you can find a set that you like, and go ahead and throw these into. Let's start with Memento. Memento is a move that lowers your opponent's attack by 2 and their special attack by 2. But at the same time, you end up feigning. Which, this move has its uses in the fact that, using Memento, they're going to be forced to switch. Using in your setup sweeper, get set up at +1 or +2 or whatever move that you're running, and then just proceed to sweep from there. Another way that you can mess with their stats is haze. Haze eliminates all stat changes. Period. Your stat changes, their stat changes. So if they happen to lower your stats, awesome. You can just haze. If they happen to boost their stats, awesome. You can just haze. Then you have Paint Split. Paint Split is a move that another poison type in this tier uses. Wheezing. Yes, it happens to work on Wheezing better because he doesn't have 105 HP. He has a base 65 while Muck has that 105. It still has its uses if you can see them. It's your only reliable source of recovery outside of an item or rest. So, you have that. And then you have Taunt. Taunt is going to make sure that they can't set up, even if they end up killing you that turn because of it. Or if you can put a switch, you can go ahead and use the Taunt on them also. Another move that you have access to on the set is Stockpile. Stockpile is going to boost your defense and special defense by 1, and you can get to +3, which is nice. And then the move that all choice users hate, Torment. Torment is a move that forces them to use a different move every other turn. So let's say they're choiced into Flare Blitz. They can't use Flare Blitz both turns in a row, so they're going to have to struggle. Or they're going to have to switch, which you can use this on a choiced Pokemon. Then you can go out to your U-turn or Volt switch Pokemon, and then keep up the momentum from there, which is going to be nice. Muk has his uses as a pivot Pokemon, but I see him as more of a bulky attack Pokemon, but you can mix it up as you see fit. And here's some physical moves if you want to go with a different couple moves. You have the Body Slam, which Poison Touch has a 30% chance to poison and paralyze. Brick Break is going to destroy screens and potentially poison. Payback is going to be a base 100 move if you get outsped. That's going to potentially poison. Rock Slide cannot poison, but it can do some damage. You're not going to be outspeeding anything, so if he got Stone Edge, I would have put that on here instead, but he doesn't get Stone Edge, so that's fine. And in homage to our long gone Ooze the Grimer, it's the Fire, Ice, and Thunder Punch for Muck with a filler move. When I saw that Grimer could get those moves, I knew I was going to have to end up doing Muck, which is the reason he's this week's NU Pokemon. And I said in the episode, I think Grimer is going to become a mainstay on the team. The Elemental Punches plus a filler move. And the filler move that I ended up giving Muck is Explosion. This is his first gen. This is before things really mattered. You might as well give him Explosion. There is absolutely no reason you wouldn't give him Explosion if you wanted to go OG. You also give him Gunk Shot if you want, but I prefer Explosion just because you can burn them and poison them, you can freeze them and poison them, you can paralyze them and poison them, and then once you're done with all that, you can explode on them. And on to the set that most people run is an Assault Vest variant. As we mentioned earlier, he has a base 100 special defense. With that Assault Vest, that's not supposed to be in defense, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that's really not supposed to be in defense. You can go with the 252 in defense. The Assault Vest boosting your special defense by 1.5. I'm going to go ahead and round that up to 300. That's going to be almost 450 special defense. Or you can put that 252 in HP if you want. And that's going to be a 118 plus 236 is 354. Yeah, 354. And that's some pretty good defense. Fortunately, you're not doing too well on the defense side, but no Pokemon's perfect. But you have the Gunk Shot, which has a 30% chance to poison on its own. I believe it actually makes contact, so if I'm correct, it has a 60% chance to poison. Power Up Punch is going to give you +1 in attack and potentially poison them. We already know about Ice Punch and we already know about Shadow Sneak, but it's going to be able to give you perfect coverage out of these 3 moves right here. Which is why Muk is a very good, slow, physical, bulky attacker. And that's why I recommend that you actually give him a chance. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow to show you another Pokemon that deserves a chance. Because I've been Cryotag, you've been watching, if you enjoyed the content, smash that like button, subscribe, come back tomorrow for our next part of our Showdown Showcase and our Crystal Ashlock, and I will hopefully see you then. Peace!